Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. The Orlando Magic arrived to Boston to take on the Boston Celtics in the first game of this intense, which I'm predicting is going to be a very intense second round. I think this matchup is going to be interesting. We came in here very humble. We understand that the Boston Celtics are the number 1 seed, led by 2 dynamic scoring wings with Jaylen Brown, who you see there stretching, getting them hips and them quads right, because it's going to be a long night against our gritty Orlando Magic. I didn't get a chance to tell y'all in prior episodes, after the first round, it was discovered that we, by a lot, I don't want to say too much of a large margin, but we were the best defensive team in the first round of the playoffs. And in almost every defensive category, we led and showed that on the defensive side of the ball is where we are often going to lay our hats. So even when guys struggle offensively, we still going to be a team that can grit out games and win games. We don't have any players that are as talented as Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown or maybe even Kemba Walker in some arguments. But as you'll see when we get into this game, or as we get into this game, the defensive side of the ball is where a lot of our strategies came, and how we plan on not only winning these first 2 games in Boston, but winning the overall series. Some of the matchups you see right now, Tatum and Jonathan Isaac are going at it. We attacked Tatum early on just to see what he was going with. Jonathan Isaac missed, but Mo Bamba there to clean it up. I want to see Mo Bamba really control the glass for most of the series, and right there is one of the first strategies. You see Malcolm Brogdon came up to meet Kemba Walker at the half court line. We're going to pressure Kemba as much as we can, and you'll see why with his first basket right there. But we want to make Kemba uncomfortable as possible. I might also, going forward in the series, as you see again, he scores. I might put some length on him. Put somebody with a bigger body or bigger wingspan on him. Tried to give the assignment to Brogdon, but I may make some adjustments going into the second game of this series. Right here, you're going to see Brogdon look Marcus Smart right in the face and just let it ride. Just let it ride. That's the type of basketball we want from Malcolm Brogdon. Jaylen Brown at the line for the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are going to be a handful. I think that's why we playing them. You know, they went 7 games with the Wizards, which, you know, I won't lie, we were rooting for the Wizards. But the 40-point game from Jason Tatum really helped. And as you see, Malcolm Brogdon with his second 3 of the game, and we get out early to an 8-5 lead. I like the Jonathan Isaac and Jason Tatum matchup defensively for us. Not on this play. Jason Tatum with a nice split between a double and a dunk. But it's going to be nice for us because Jonathan Isaac can be aggressive. Good block by Robert Williams. Jonathan Isaac can be aggressive with Mo Bamba behind him at the rim. I think he has enough length and size to bother Jason Tatum, which he will do throughout this game. And Kemba Walker come out the gates on fire. 3 of 3, 6 points early for them. And that's going to be a bit of a trend throughout this game. Kemba Walker was definitely in his bag and made it really, really tough for us. And it's probably going to have me going back to the drawing board. Bow. Another one. 4 for 4 with the first 9 points. And Terry Rozier trying to come right back at him. But Tatum right there. Good rim protection. That's another trend that you'll see throughout the course of this video and this game, is that Jason Tatum provided excellent rim protection. Excellent rim protection for the Celtics. Jonathan Kuminga going at Jaylen Brown right now. Jaylen Brown held it down with the rim protection right there. But I was really impressed with Jason Tatum on the defensive side of the ball throughout this entire game. He impressed the hell out of me, to say the least. Good rim protection right there from Jonathan Isaac. And these are the type of shots that worry me. That's a great defensive possession for us. We gave up the offensive rebound, and Tatum hit the difficult shot. Then right there you got Rozier. That's what we got him for, and what we're probably going to re-sign him to a nice contract for. Late shot clock shots, one-on-one, where there's no play, and he was able to make something out of nothing. And right now we're down 2. Jonathan Kuminga with a nice slip was able to get by Jaylen Brown for a nice easy layup. I think Jonathan Kuminga in this series is going to become a lot of y'all favorite. I like from this game 1, me playing this game 1, I was thinking to myself, as another great defensive possession from Jonathan Isaac. It's going to be a lot of these type of clips right here, y'all, where we just play like suffocating defense, and that's the type of shot they get up. Like, a Robert Williams mid-range shot, and then we get the ball and we go right into transition for a pull-up three for Terry Rozier. We can't get better. Like, you can't get better basketball. And I think that's why we always going to have, no matter who we play against, we always going to have a chance in these playoffs. Brooklyn already went down. They just won 7 games with Washington, which says a lot. And we ran away against the Raptors in a 4-1 series, and Jason Tatum explodes to the rim again on Jonathan Isaac. Not too upset with that. He's Jason Tatum. Chuma Okeke played like one of the best up-and-coming 3-and-D players in the league in his first game. I was very impressed with Chuma Okeke on our side. You're going to hear me talk a lot about some of these. Look at that play. Look at that play. Look at that play. You're going to hear me talk about a lot of these Celtic players. I think a lot of them have very, very good and clutch moments for them, like Peyton Pritchard right here. Peyton Pritchard hit a lot of big-time shots for them and made a lot of big-time plays throughout the game. Robert Williams, at certain moments, he had a stretch in this game where Robert Williams really swung the game for the Celtics. We go out on a 9-point lead early on. RJ Hampton at the free throw line, making it a 10-point game. I tried to use RJ Hampton as much as I could. I know a lot of y'all are fan favorites of RJ in this series. He had a pretty solid game. Here's Peyton Pritchard again. Just great defense. Just great defense. Just great defense. We turn the ball over, but that's okay. Just great defense. Right here, Jaylen Brown. I mean, it's hard to stop that. It's hard to stop that. That's what makes us so fearful of the Boston Celtics, of players like that, and RJ Hampton right back at him, attacking the length from Aaron Nesmith and Cody Zeller, because Cody Zeller don't really put on fear in our heart. And look at this defensive possession from Kuminga. Beating Jaylen Brown everywhere he go. Takes the ball from him. Then gets it right back after he relocates and splash right over Peyton Pritchard with the late closeout. Jonathan Kuminga had an excellent game. Excellent game. Excellent game. I'm telling y'all, this game let me know that we may have a diamond star player in the making. Right now, Jonathan Kuminga right there protecting the rim. Right now, he's just doing the small things, the necessary things. This play was incredible. Euro step dunk over Jabari Parker, but he has those little moments right there that make me say, oh, we may have something better than I thought. He may be better than I thought. That was an incredible play. Then right here, I love this type of stuff from 2K. They have a stretch where this is the backstory on Marcus Smart, on its upbringing. But yes, I'm going to reiterate. I don't want y'all to think that after the first quarter, I don't want y'all to think that I'm alluding to Jonathan Kuminga having some crazy game. He had a very solid game. Again, pressuring the ball on Kemba. Continue to pay attention to that. That's part of our strategy. Jonathan Kuminga had a good game, but I don't want y'all to think he had some 40-point game. But it was little moments like that, and Kemba come out of the gates, out of the quarter, just on fire again. 11 of their first, or was it 13 of their first 24 points came from Kemba. Just trying to put more pressure, and that's what I mean by adjusting. We're putting pressure on him right there. But maybe in the next following games, it won't be with Cole Anthony, because Cole Anthony wasn't applying enough pressure. Shout out to Mo Bamba for forcing that shot, but even then, we gave up the offensive rebound to Robert Williams, where he had a great game on the offensive glass. Tatum with the nice behind the back, Nesmith with the miss, who's right there to clean it up. Robert Williams. But Jonathan Kuminga throughout this game had like those plays where he Euro dunk over Jabari, or he ripped up Jaylen Brown. Rim protection, corner threes. It reminds me of an early Kawhi, early Paul George, where it don't scream that they're going to be superstar, but they make little plays here and there where it's like, whoa, everybody can't do that. So I'm definitely going to make sure we highlight and focus Jonathan Kuminga for the rest of the series, because we got to watch his progression. I think we may have this, and that's a great defensive possession. But Robert Williams, that's a stretch right there. He just had 2 back-to-back tip-ins on offensive glass, and then he hit a crazy contested end of the shot clock 3. And shout out to RJ Hampton for coming back to respond. But that was a big 7-point stretch for Robert Williams. That changes the game. Like that keeps them in there. Those are hustle plays that, like, if they don't get those points, we kind of demoralize them. But they kept making impossible plays and hustle points, and that right there should have been a dunk. Don't know what happened. They get the ball back. we scrambling around and contest that shot heavily. I love our defense and our effort. Grant Williams with the steal, outlet to Jason Tatum. We stopped the break, which I love. And Robert Williams tries to go up for whatever reason. Good block by Mo Bamba. I love Mo Bamba's defensive presence. As much as I talk about Mo Bamba and frustration with Mo Bamba like showed his value for me in this game. It allows our wings and even our guards to, like, look at that defense right there. Like, just look at how he walled up Tatum. It allows our wings and our guards to play so aggressive defensively. Like, look at that block by Jonathan Isaac. And even if Jonathan Isaac got beat, Mo Bamba was there. You can play up and play aggressive when you have somebody like Mo Bamba behind you. And look at that pass to cutting Jonathan Isaac, dunk all over Jason Tatum. One of my favorite plays. You got a screen for Rozier that knocks Kemba Walker out of the picture. Jonathan Isaac then slips as a screener, and Mo Bamba made an excellent pass. Kemba Walker, I'm talking about in his bag. And right now, right now at this point of the game, I know how dangerous the Celtics are. So I'm not satisfied with a 13-point lead at all. I'm trying to my best to continue to increase it. And shout out to Terry Rozier. I'm telling y'all, Terry Rozier was a trade. If we ever do anything in this series, it's going to be because of that. It's going to be because of that trade for Terry Rozier. And look at that defense from Jonathan Isaac. The comfort to just go up and help, knowing that you have a Mo Bamba behind you is a difference maker. And Chuma Okeke 3-and-D. Play like a supreme 3-and-D player. Just ready, active on defense in the lanes, pressuring people, aggressive as hell, and then filling the lanes and just spotting up and knocking down open shots whenever his number is called and he gets the opportunity. And Kemba just, our guard's just not big enough. Rozier, Cole Anthony, even Brogdon at times, who had a nice and one play here, just was not big enough for Kemba. And now I'll have a 17-point lead, and I'm just trying to build. Like, if we can get it at 20 at the half, is what I was telling myself. Right now we got Moses Brown on Peyton Pritchard, and look at this. Peyton Pritchard holds his own and then gets the board. Like, we had those type of moments that was like, yeah, bro, we can't get comfortable. And Marcus Smart, bulldog, right over his ex-teammate Terry Rozier. I don't think I put enough emphasis on that Terry Rozier was facing his old team at the TD Garden. And look at that Mo Bamba block. Like, that is just, that you can't teach that. There's not a lot of guys, and I know I talked a lot about, that's a great shot by Peyton Pritchard, with exactly what I mean. Now y'all see we're only up 13. We went from almost having a 20-point lead to now we're up 11 points with 2 minutes left. They make a little mini run, but it's because of those plays like Peyton Pritchard's stop, Peyton Pritchard's jump shot. I love that pump fake dunk attempt from Brogdon to get to the line. But those little hustle plays from Peyton Pritchard, from Robert Williams, Marcus Smart is going to have some. Jason Tatum is going to have some. Cody Zeller is going to have plays throughout this game. And this is what makes me fearful. Like, you're going to be led by Tatum, Brown, and Kemba, but the rest of this cast can't be making these hustle plays. Great defense from Jonathan Kuminga. I love our wings defensively with Kuminga, Jonathan Isaac, Chuma Okeke. Like, they have size, versatility, length. We just need Isaac and Kuminga to continue to develop that three-point stroke. And once they become highly respectable, and we end out the half with a good double team on Brown, and Moses Brown gets the block on Peyton Pritchard. That's just good coaching by me. I got to pat myself on the back. Right there. But yeah, those hustle plays, allowing Robert Williams to hit the glass, different things like that, allowed them to keep a gap that was maintainable. We were never able in that first half to really solidify a comfortable enough lead, in my opinion. Me knowing the firepower and the type of players that the Boston Celtics have, the type of shots they were making, I never wanted us to get too comfortable, and I was reaching to try to get that 20-point lead, but they knocked it down to single digits before halftime, which was that was their goal. You know what I mean? We were trying to build our lead to get to 20, and they wanted theirs to probably be below 10, and then they won the first half battle with that because, again, we're not a superstar-driven team. Terry Rozier and Brogdon are nice, but they're not necessarily go-to guys. So when you have this type of team that we have, you want to try to build up enough of a lead for teams like the Boston Celtics who do have go-to guys. They got to claw back and fight extra hard. You don't want it to be something like a 9-point lead because that's nothing to erase. We just saw how fast Kemba Walker came out in the second quarter and attacked us. As you can see right there, part of our strategy, Cole Anthony was right there ready to guard Kemba right there from the inbound pass. Jonathan Isaac all up into Tatum. Incredible block by Kuminga. Can't talk enough about those guys defensively. But Kuminga and Isaac had, as much, if Kuminga can keep developing as a wing defender, they're going to be the scariest. They're going to be like the new great pass by Terry Rozier, good finish by Bamba. That's another thing. I want to find ways to get Bamba involved offensively, but Tatum and Brown, we're going to be their nemesis. If Isaac and Kuminga can continue to develop together, they're going to be kind of like, that's an incredible shot. Those are the type of shots that make me say we need a 20-point lead for me to feel comfortable. Because Tatum hit a shot like that already. And look at that. When Kuminga is knocking that down, it changes the game. He gives me Jaylen Brown vibes, Kawhi vibes a little bit in this series. Look at that tough shot. They just making tough shot after tough shot. At first, it was just Kemba in the first half. You had one from Robert Williams. Jason Tatum made one. But now Kemba is still attacking us. Even though he got it blocked, he's still attacking us. Now we have Brown hitting tough shots. Tatum is getting tough shots. They starting to get up. Nice shot by Brogdon. Rebound by Mo Bamba is what I need him to do. Control that glass. Good attempt, Brogdon, to get into him, but Marcus Smart made a couple of those plays throughout the game. Marcus Smart is never really going to kill you offensively unless he's just knocking down threes, which he wasn't even attempting much this series. This first game. Good move from Jonathan Isaac. Good move. Part of my game plan was to go at Tatum, but he showed that he can defend a lot. And look at Kemba. Look at Kemba just getting in his bag. And right now we only got a 5-point. It's a 5-point game. You would never know that we were up 17 recently. And Tatum with another dunk. It's hard to steal the ball from Tatum, man. He has so many possessions throughout this game where he has a play like that or he splits a double and the ball seems exposed, but we don't get it and we reach and he's off dunking. And Chuma Okeke, just 3-and-D. I'm talking just 3-and-D, man. Just 3-and-D. And this move, I wanted this to go so bad for Hampton. Incredible move. $1 million move, penny finish with the miss. That's what my old coach used to tell me. $1 million move, penny finish. Kemba Walker continued to attack us. We're only up 4. Last 4 minutes of the third quarter. Jaylen Brown with a dunk and one. Al Horford had some spot minutes. And, of course, he comes in and shits the bed on one of the very few plays that he's going to be involved with. But here they come. Here come the Boston Celtics. Here come the Boston Celtics and the star power and why I've spoken so much throughout this season about shaping up our team. Good shot by R.J. Hampton. Very clutch shot. Shaping up our team to potentially make that move to go get us our own star. Because this is why star power is important in playoff basketball. Great rim protection from Kuminga. But we give the ball right back to Jabari. Because we ran a little small right here with Al Horford as our center. And not Brown or Mo Bamba, but R.J. Hampton. That's R.J. Hampton right there. R.J. Hampton gives me Jordan Poole and Jordan Clarkson vibe. Look at that defensive possession. Look at that defensive possession right there from Kuminga. It does not get any better than that. It doesn't. Look at the putback. That's what I'm talking about. He just locked up one-on-one Jaylen Brown, and then he trailed that entire play. If you guys rewind that play, big shot by Peyton Pritchard. If you rewind Kuminga's dunk, you should do that right now. And look at where he came from. He was last and then crashed the board and followed the play all the way up until he got a putback dunk. You can't teach that type of stuff. You can't teach that. But of course, Peyton Pritchard hit a big shot. And then look at Kuminga. That's a superstar move. That's a superstar. That's a Kawhi Leonard superstar mid-range turnaround fade. 14-7 and 2 blocks. You can't teach that. 6 of 11 from the field. You cannot teach that. Those are the little small plays that make me say, okay. And look at that. That's 4 or 5 plays in a row with Jonathan Kuminga. Look at this defensive possession. Look at him. Everywhere Brown went, he was there. You cannot teach it. And even though Cody Zeller got it back and finished, That's okay. But you cannot teach. That's 5 plays in a row. He had a putback dunk. He had a block. He was almost got the steal on that first play. Then after he got almost a steal, he followed Jaylen Brown everywhere and made him miss. I'm talking about he had a corner 3 or like just turnaround fade. You cannot teach some of the stuff that Jonathan Kuminga was doing. And I know he's been good all year, but those plays made me say, whoa, we may have our potential superstar right here if we're not able to get one. Or if we are able to get one, I damn near don't want Jonathan Kuminga involved in any trade to go get, like we talked about Karl-Anthony Towns or finding a disgruntled star somewhere to make a trade. I would want to pair them with Kuminga instead of giving him up. We'll get to that in when it's time to. Big time 3 right there from Cole Anthony. I like our team though, man. They're playing this game right here, and look at this. Like they have their hustle players who just make shots like that, and you get worried because if they making shots like that, it takes less pressure off Kemba Walker and Tatum, and that's why I love guys like Cole Anthony and I love our team. We have certain guys that are just built for certain things. Like some of our guys are just defensive monsters, good finish by Marcus Smart. And then we got certain guys that are just ice cold-blooded killers. And Cole Anthony, RJ Hampton, that's what they are offensively. Even Rozier, with the crazy pass, don't know why Mo Bamba didn't just dunk it in to begin with, but he shitted all over Cody Zeller. And I love those type of dunks from Mo Bamba. Kemba Walker. Look at that. Look at that contest from Mo Bamba. He fell. He wanted that block so bad, he fell. And you see the camera starting to shake because things are getting intense. And we got a guy like right there. Terry Rozier, only 10 points at this point. Up to this point, that was his 10th point right there. 10, 5, and 6. And we're comfortably in this game. 6-point lead. Mo Bamba trying to trail Jason Tatum. He fouls him and one dunk. Dumb ass follow-up play. They say the foul's on Cole Anthony. I don't know where. Big-time players make big-time plays, though. And Jason Tatum and his Celtic teammates did that time and time again. Tatum trying it again. Jonathan Isaac, Defensive Player of the Year, man. I can't believe they didn't give my boy that award. Tatum, right there, a big-time block, rim protection. Tatum stepped up defensively when it mattered for that team. This right here is why he going to get a big contract. You can't teach that. You can't teach that. You cannot teach that. Step back. Ta-ta-ta. You can't teach that, man. That's a bailout shot. It feels so... You can feel the difference playing with a team when you have a guy that can make that type of shot. Brogdon right back. Right back. When you got a guy that can make a shot like that versus not having a guy like that, it's so... Man, it's night and day. It's night and day. And I know that's obvious. And it's a bad turnover. And Jonathan Isaac wants this block so bad. I wanted it. I tried to go get it myself. Barely missed it. But I know that's an obvious statement, having a guy that can make, like, look at it again. Look at him. Like, there was no play. We had nothing there. He just made something. And I know it's obvious to hear me say that it's easier to play with that type of guy. But, man, it's night and day having that type of guy versus, like, what we had earlier, which was Markelle Fultz. We give up an and one layup to Cody Zeller. That's another big play. That's another big play that keeps them in the game. And my guy come right back at you. Right back at you. And this is where the game started to slow down. Terry Rozier, player of the game. I'm talking about pull-up threes and transition. Passing. Jonathan Kuminga got to dunk that. But yeah, it's night and day for him to make those type of shots right there. Step back shots over smalls, over bigs. It don't matter. The offenses can get stagnant. You know what I mean? It can get tough. It can get dry. And you got a guy right here who could just turn a corner and make a play like this, even if he's not scoring. Kuminga, go get it. And it just keeps putting pressure on the opponents. And I feel like we have such a good team because we have defense around Terry Rozier. So he can just continue to put pressure. And that's a shot I damn near wanted Kemba to make. I damn near wanted to see him make that. That was an incredible move. One of the first misses he had all day. And then Terry Rozier is Terry. It's Terry. It's Terry. Like, now he just made his 10th basket earlier in this quarter, and now he has a dub in 7-7. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And look at Tatum. Rim protection. Down 9 with 2 minutes left. A lot of guys are gonna be like, hey, it's over. not Tatum, not the Celtics. Not Tatum, not the Celtics. They do not stop playing. Kemba Walker, another miss. Boom. Robert Williams there on the offensive glass again. Robert Williams did play hurt, which is why he keeps grabbing at his knee. Brogdon got to the free throw line. Knocked down his free throws. Kemba get to the free throw line. And that's what I said. The game kind of got slow right here. Guys getting to the free throw line. The Celtics increasing the pace. Jason Tatum not fazed by Jonathan Isaac whatsoever. Look at that. That's a big time play from Tatum. He just took a charge, down 5 in the fourth quarter, and then they show his block. Jason Tatum made winning plays. He struggled offensively. Jonathan Isaac, Kuminga, Chumo Kiki, we made it tough for him. He only had about 18, 19 points this game. He scored when it mattered, but he made defensive plays. Another one. Rim protection. And then look at the play. Mo Bamba is nowhere near that play, and nobody's there to help Rozier on the screen. So Rozier gives up basically a wide open 3 to Kemba Walker. But it's a reason why this is a special game. Terry back in the TD Garden. We going home with a first game win. And you see Jason Tatum and Marcus Smart fall to the floor in agony, because for them to be down 9 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left, and for them to make play after play in the last 2 minutes of the game to tie it up and give themselves a chance to send it to overtime, that's a heartbreaking shot from Terry Rozier. But we still got unfinished business to do. 3 more games to win. But my team, Orlando Magic, are hungry and they're ready. Shout out to Terry Rozier. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Jonathan Kuminga. But the best has yet to come. I'm out.